Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, the one and only Adrian Chambly, and today I have something special for you, and that's the Turbografx Mini. Here's the box right here as well. I got this bad boy, was it on Saturday, and I've been playing it off and on, and so far I'm really enjoying it. Now, I've never played the Turbografx in my life until on that Saturday, so it's a brand new experience for me. All the games I've played except for one I've never played. It's so far I've been having a ball with it. I really do enjoy it. I always thought the Turbografx was like a crappy console, honestly. I've never really heard anybody praise it until I saw the Happy Console Gamer talk about it, and he loves this thing. Shout out to the Happy Console Gamer. He loves this thing, and the way he speaks about it, I was like, wow, maybe I should give it a shot one day. And then I started looking at other people talking about it too, and they all love it. So I don't know, maybe it was just misinformation I was being read, or I probably wasn't. I don't know. But I am enjoying it so far. It's good to experience new games for the first time ever. Of course, here's the console right here. This top part comes off, and here's where you can actually plug in the HDMI, and you put in your cable here. It doesn't come with a power brick. You have to buy the power brick yourself, so it is what it is. Here's the controller. It is super long. I love it. One problem I have with controller is I find my hands getting a little cramped with it, but it still works just fine. It's just I do find my hands a little cramped. I haven't really tried what they see if a PS4 or 5 controller will work, or a Nintendo Switch Pro controller will work. I haven't tried that out yet, but it works well. It's just that sometimes I find my hands getting cramped. So it is what it is. I can deal with it. And you also have the turbo buttons that I've actually never tried yet. Right here. Let's show you close up. Pretty cool. Here you have the little slot. It was supposed to be because the Turbografx had cue cards, so you put the little card right here. Of course, there's no thing there. It's just there for show. Here's the power button. Here you have two USB ports for controllers. The original Turbografx, I think, only had like one controller. Weird. One controller port, excuse me. And here you have, like I told you before, HDMI. Here's where you plug in the power cord right in there. HDMI right here. And the funny thing about this is, in the original console, you take this off and you plug in the CD, the Turbo CD, and play CD-ROM games. And yes, this game does have turbos. This console, this console has Turbo CD games on here, as well as PC Engine games, which is pretty much the Japanese Turbografx. It was PC Engine in Japan first, and then came out here as the Turbografx. I am enjoying this console so far. I do love playing the new games I've never played before in my life. Experiencing them for the first time, and so far so good. And with that being said, I'm going to show you off some of the games I've been playing. Okay, so the first game I want to talk about here is Ys Books 1 and 2. Now, I played about an hour of this game. It's an RPG. It's a fun game so far. I am enjoying it. It's a bit of not really a learning curve, but it's different, definitely. I remember the very beginning of the game, they wanted me to buy a sword, shield, and some armor, and I only had enough for a sword and some armor. I bought those, and I thought they were equipped already, so I go to the field and start grinding, defeat some enemies, and lo and behold, I never had them equipped in the first place, so I'm just killing enemies with no armor, no weapon at all. It was crazy. It was kind of laughable. It also makes me understand the reason why I was dying all the time. Once I finally figured it out, I was like, oh, okay, so I was killing enemies a lot faster, but I was still dying. I did die a lot in this game. And the combat's funny because you actually just bump into enemies and you know, there's no attack button, there's no attack animation, you just bump into enemies and you kill them. And they bump into you, they can hurt you. It's weird, but it's a fun game. It's it's your typical RPG. You level up, you talk to NPCs, and you explore dungeons. It's fun. I can't wait to get back to it. Now the second game on the list is Ninja Spirit. This game I've never heard of, and this is my first time ever playing it, as well as Ease was. It's a fun game. I think I'll like it if I just keep going at it. But yeah, I think it's a pretty fun game. You play as a ninja, you go around and you go around, you slash enemies. The cool thing about it is that you collect power-ups, and one of the power-ups you collected, you have a ninja that'll follow you, and I guess that's your ninja spirit. And you get up to 3, at least that's what I got. I got up to 3. It's a fun game though. I really am enjoying it. I do find the jumping a little bit weird though. He has probably the highest jump I've ever seen in my life. But other than that, it's your typical run and slash or hack and slash, or what you want to call it. It's pretty fun. No complaints. Can't wait to get back to it. Okay, the next game I'll talk about is Bonk's Revenge, not Bonk's Adventure. That's the first one, I believe. But I'm gonna talk about Bonk's Revenge. This is a platformer. Again, it's another game I've never played. Almost every game on here I've never played except for one. It's okay. It's not too bad. It's harmless. I'm kind of enjoying it now. It's interesting. You go around and you headbutt your enemies, which is pretty cool. And you can also do like a slamming headbutt too, which is cool as well. And you collect power-ups. It's your typical platformer. If you collect certain meats, you get this super power-up, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, not much to really say about this one. Yeah, Bonk's Revenge. I've never played the first one, obviously. I like to try the first one. I don't know why they put the second one over the first one, but whatever. Yeah, that's Bonk's Revenge, ladies and gentlemen. And next we have is Ghouls and Ghosts on the, this is actually on the PC Engine side. I wasn't sure which one it was. I don't know if it was Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts. I realized it was Ghouls and Ghosts by the simple fact that you can shoot upward. And you could actually tell by the graphics too. But yeah, this is Ghouls and Ghosts on the PC Engine. It's fun, it's hard, it's Ghouls and Ghosts, what can I say? It's one of the hardest games in gaming history, in my opinion. I've never beaten any of the Ghouls and Ghosts games or Ghosts and Goblins. I have beaten both Maximo games that came out on the PlayStation 2. Those are 3D platformers. I highly recommend them if you ever get a chance of playing them, but that's a whole nother story. This game right here, you go around, you shoot undead enemies, try to rescue your girl, and the game is notorious for making you play it twice. So I won't be shocked when I get to that point. It's a hard game. The controls are kind of stiff, but it's meant to be like that. But if you persevere, you get through it, you just keep going at it, you'll eventually beat the game. But this one actually has continues, which is weird because the one on the Genesis doesn't have continues. You play as much as you want, so I think that one will be a little bit easier at the end of the day. But yeah, this is Ghouls and Ghosts in the PC Engine. And last but not least, I want to talk about Rondo of Blood, Castlevania Rondo of Blood. This is one of the games I was most excited for on here. Obviously, this game never came out in the US, at least not physically. It was in Japan only. You can get the game on the PlayStation 4 in English, and Symphony of the Night. And I believe it was on the Wii Virtual Console, but that was in Japanese. And this one here is in Japanese too. It's on the PC Engine side, PC Engine CD actually. And what can I say? This game is fun. The music is incredible. The graphics look great. It's a really fun game. Now there was a port that came out on the Super Nintendo. I've never played the port. I've always just played this version, and this version is, from what I've heard, is the better version by far. It has all the Castlevania goodness, including the terrible knockback. I don't think that's pretty good actually, but that's another story. But this is the game I was really looking forward to, and I'm really happy to be playing it. I've never finished it. I do plan on finishing it. probably more than once, because you do have multiple pathways in this game, and I want to find all the pathways, unlock all the character. I think there's a second character you can unlock. I want to unlock her. Her name is Maria, I believe. Yeah, I don't know everything about this game. I'm still fairly new at it. I've played it a few times before last year, and finally get a chance to play it again. But I am enjoying it. I will get back to it, and I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a review for it, but we'll get to that when we get to it. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all I want to talk about right now in terms of the games. Of course, there's a lot more to play, and I will get to them all eventually. Right now, I just wanted to focus on a few, keep the video short and sweet. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to say that I do enjoy this system a lot, and I'm happy to have finally play a Turbografx for once. Even though it's a mini console, still I'm just happy to play it. And yeah, I feel like I got my money's worth so far, so I'll probably do a full review of the system someday down the road, but right now I just wanted to give you my first impressions of it, and I like it. What can I say? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a nice night, take care of yourselves, be safe, and remember, this culture is for everybody. Let's keep things fun. Get vaccinated when you get a chance, and wear a mask when you go outside. Y'all have a wonderful night.